Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rafegal. This is Mario Brothers 3. This is World 5, which is actually probably my favorite world. 4 was my favorite as a kid. 5 has some really cool stuff and some really hard stuff. And as a kid, I never really liked the hard stuff as much. But I have grown to appreciate it. So that one's a really short level. We're gonna try and get the upper path for this one. Okay. Crap. Did I screw that up? I totally just screwed that up. Well, looks like we're taking the low road. Okay. So yeah, this level actually has 2 different routes. They're completely split. The high road is much easier. I have a lot of items, don't I? You know what? We're gonna try... Just for the... I really just want to do the upper route. I'm not gonna skip through any levels, although I'm actually curious if you could do that here. Nope, that's actually sealed. Okay, so... We will wait for that to go by and take the much easier upper route. I'm okay using the pewing there because I'm not going to use it to just skip a level because I actually want to play the levels in my video. So it seems like a good use of a pewing, just to make sure I get the good route. And I did skip a good chunk of that level, but I was gonna do that regardless of whether I used a pewing or not. So I don't feel bad about it. And it means I get to keep the raccoon. Okay, another star. And that means it's time for the best level in the game. So, this is I believe the only level in this game that actually has the shoe in it, which is one of the coolest items. It lets you, walk over munchers, do all kinds of cool stuff. You could jump on piranha plants and spinies. It's just a really, super powerful item. And it's... I mean, what else can I say? It's really cool. The Mario Maker version of this level, because they remade this level for Mario Maker, requires you to stomp on every spiny and then every piranha flower as you go. Unfortunately, you can't take the boot with you. But yeah, it's The boot's a really cool item. It's really neat in Mario Maker. So I'm gonna give a quick heads up here. I'm not using the chart. My friend Brian sent me a chart. It was like, here, you keep failing at these end card things. I was like, no, I don't really care, is the thing. I don't need the end card to get a perfect score on the end cards. Because I have piles of items already and I'm not gonna be running out anytime soon. So that's part of why that's why I haven't been using them. Okay. Midway Palace. This level's kind of weird in that the map is actually split. There's a Midway kind of fortress, but it's not really a fortress. This is a really neat level because it has a vertical design. It's again very short. Most levels in Mario 3 are. But most levels in Mario 3 have a very clear eventual horizontal thing to them. Okay, so I want to point out real quick this particular little section here. When I was a kid, I took a P-Wing. Oops. I think I just died. Okay, that was amazing. I was trying to show you that there's this big wall of stuff over there, and that if you had a P-Wing, you could actually go through and break all those blocks with a tail. Heck, why not? That is still true? You can do that. Obviously, if you do it when you do not have a P-Wing, you will die. Actually, it may not have been a P-Wing. It may have been a Game Genie code, but either way. Okay. And that's the end of that level. There's not actually a big boss in it at all. Okay. As I realized that I did not get... Okay. That's another really easy level there. That's another one that I used to skip with a P-Wing for some reason. Apparently I thought it was necessary. Again, part of the reason I'm more okay with this is because I found more ways around the parts I had problems with, apparently. Okay. You know what this looks like? That looks like a tanuki, which is fun to say. The short-lived tanuki. I remember that being frequently short-lived. Oh well. You know, there's worse things that could happen. And I do have several tanuki suits on me, and if I need them. I'm planning right now. I am somewhat of an item hoarder. This is more items than I usually even use. And I'm still not using a ton. Okay. So, this is one of the main reasons that I love this level, or this world. The flying Buzzy Beetles, or I think they're like Parabeetles or something like that, are one of my favorite things in the entire game. I don't know why. However, they are. And the way they move, the fact that they're this really bizarre thing. That didn't work. The whole thing. The whole 9 yards, just really, I love those enemies for some strange reason. I've always enjoyed them. I've always thought they were these cool little weird creatures, and they kind of go against the normal way that Mario games work, I guess, because they're a flying enemy, but they don't die when you jump on them, so you have like a ride. Oops, that was actually not the same level. Which I'm okay with, except for the fact that I was planning on going to the same level again. Oh well. But yeah, so anyone who has played my Mario Maker levels can attest that I like those enemies a lot. And that was another enemy that I was very glad, along with the boot, that I was really glad to see back in Mario Maker for the first time in a long time. It's something that doesn't come up often. Although, the best part, of course, being that in Mario Maker, you can actually... There are ways to trick it so that you can actually send them in different directions and ride them for a long way and stuff like that. Yeah, we'll get this first. Then we'll go back to the Buzzy Beetle ride. So I do want to beat this level, because like I said, it is one that I enjoy. So if you're not familiar, the way these guys work, since they don't come up often, is when you jump on them, they go down a little bit. But if you stand on them, they continue going up. The way this gets used a lot in Mario Maker is that you can actually force people to jump on them repeatedly to force them to go down, or... Really? I'm just having bad luck there. And by bad luck, I mean I absolutely failed to make that jump when I was trying to. Okay, we're gonna give it one more go. I'm just gonna use another mushroom, because there should be a item coming up shortly. This time I'll actually get the tail again, which will help. But yeah, so you can see there, you know, you can jump on the same one repeatedly before it starts going up to make its overall altitude lower. Or you can ride it and it goes up steadily. Now in this case, they're going against the scrolling screen, which makes them go very fast. Hey, look at that. So, if they were going with the screen, you could make somebody ride them up steadily without jumping to reach a high point, or you could make someone jump repeatedly to make on them to hope that they don't make someone jump on them repeatedly to dodge something that they would otherwise be running into. I forgot how short the star timers in this are. Whoa. So, this is a palace that I always had problems with as a kid. Yet again. I think this is one of the first flying Boom Booms. I could be wrong. Like, I think that's why the room is so simple. Anyway, yeah, this is another one that we would always burn items to skip. I think I already knew those. I'm totally not paying attention. Oh well. Okay. So this is, again, this is a slightly longer level as well. Or world. I mean, 3 was kind of close, but there's a lot of branching paths. This one has a lot of mandatory levels. Okay, we're gonna just run. Nope. Let's get that 5 up, and then we're gonna go to the next level, which is, again, one of the levels that I now think is really cool, but was really hard as a kid. So this is the diagonal auto-scroller. I'm pretty sure this is the only one in the game that moves this way. It is moving both up and right at the same time. That was the jump that always got me, because you can't go through those platforms. There should be one more of those little fireball bomb dudes. There's another one of those that you have to go around. There we go. So yeah, that one was one that always gave me trouble as a kid. I love that level now that I know how it works, and it really stands out as far as Mario levels go. Again, because it has a really unique thing of the way the screen scrolls. There's not a lot of vertical scrolling in general in Mario, and that one is not only vertical, but it's diagonal, which is really neat. The main thing that I have learned since I had problems with that level is the way that you can bounce on enemies, and basically that you just need to avoid those, or you need to kill those enemies as fast as possible. There's a lot of, I spent a lot of time trying to dodge the fireballs for those, and what you may not realize is that those enemies actually explode after a while, so that's yet another thing that you have to dodge. Darn. I just got a little zealous there. Whoops. Okay, so this is one of the Koopa kids that has the Earth Shaker thing going on. Whenever Roy hits the ground shakes, and if you're on the ground, you get stunned. Don't let him, or just make sure you bounce high enough that you're not gonna have that problem. By the way, it is not just when he jumps, it is also when he's in his shell after you hit him that happens. Okay, with that, we are now in level 6, world 6, whatever. World 6. World 6 is probably the longest, it is definitely the longest world, and is possibly the hardest, in some ways. So, we will jump back in next time with that. Hope you're having a good one. Give me a like and subscribe if you're enjoying the videos. Check out my old videos or my other videos. Leave any suggestions or questions in the comments, and I'll try to respond. And have a good one.